It's going down in our city, yes, it's Mardi Gras time. We gon' rock it, don't stop it, do the second line. Hollin', hey, pop it, wait. We party by the bay. Now if you never danced before, you gonna dance today. Hollin', move.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of the Year Without Mardi Gras, presented by Fandoms Anonymous. Man, we are here today. We got an awesome organization I've been watching all my life. We got some amazing gentlemen here that are a part of the organization, guys. We got the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association gentlemen in the building to talk about the Year Without Mardi Gras. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 with Chico Drums. Everybody knows Chico. If you don't know Chico, you don't know Mardi Gras. But we are here today because this is a parading organization I've been going to all my life. It goes through my mama hood. It goes by the Grove. It goes by the bottom. Mamga. I wanted to reach out to you guys because I know where we are right now at this time. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And I feel like this is something or conversation that we need to talk about. Of course, we understand what we can't do because of safety. But that doesn't mean we don't feel anything. And I wanted to get you guys in the conversation and talk about what it means for Mamga to not be able to do Mardi Gras. I'm gonna start with Jerome. Jerome, how you feel?
I'm hurt. I know Friday's really gonna hit me. That it was supposed to be the kickoff of the year, but I think when it initially happened, we were just like, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna have a little time to prepare ourselves.
Right,
boy. As it get close, it's just getting sad and sad.
Oh yeah. It definitely is. And by now, I should be preparing for another ball. I should be putting gas money to the side, or I'm gonna go home and catch these 3 parades right here. Because I live in Montgomery. That don't mean I can't pop 65 in an hour 50 and be home just like that. Jason, what's on your mind?
So, like Jerome, I think I'm hurting as well. But for safety, and especially in the Black community, I'm just really glad that we've kind of made the decision to kind of postpone things. We didn't really we thought we had a grasp on what we can do to have different events and stuff like that. But when you go somewhere and they tell you an event that was normally 3,500 people, that you can only have half of that, it just, it doesn't really sit well with me. So I just said, if we can't do it right, then it's probably best to just not do it at all, in my opinion. I have my sad moments, and I think Facebook memories and stuff like that makes it all the worse. Because when you see pictures from last year, you want to be like, oh, well, I was really looking forward to this year. So.
Absolutely. And I can attest to that because my memory's been popping up. I think last year was my first year really doing Mardi Gras as a grown adult. And people thought I had moved back home. I was like, nah, come on, catch a parade. I go back home. I hit 65, come on back. And because I was always in the city. I was always there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go catch it was one morning I woke up and my little brother lives in Tuscaloosa, and I looked at the schedule. I said, 3 parades is easy. I called him. I said, "What you doing?" He said, "I ain't doing nothing." I said, "Let's go home." He said, "Bro, I'll be there in a minute. Don't leave me." He said, "Don't leave me." He drove to Montgomery, parked his car in front of my apartment, and we hit the road and got that car, all 3 parades, and drove back. Because it's just that feeling, it's just that energy of Mardi Gras in itself. GT, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts right now?
I mean, I understand the safety aspect of it, but Mardi Gras to me is almost like Christmas to a little kid. It's like that's what I look forward to every year, and not being able to do anything this year is almost depressing. I understand the safety aspect, but it's really sad that we're unable to do anything this year.
And you said something about Christmas. I think a lot of us growing up as Mobilians, we looked at Christmas like, Christmas, man, whatever. I know next month, that first parade rolling next month. Forget Christmas. Yeah, give them toys or whatever you want to give them, but we can keep on moving. Rock, I want to ask you, because I feel like you're the historian of the group. Has there ever been a year where there has not been Mardi Gras in your lifetime or any period that you know?
In my lifetime, no, but there has been during the, I believe, World War II,
Right.
and if I'm not mistaken, either the Korean or Vietnam Wars, there were not Mardi Gras celebrations in Mobile.
Right.
So those are the only times, and so now 2021 is one of those years that's going to be compared to those times.
Absolutely.
As well.
It's really going to go down in history as literally the year without Mardi Gras, and people are going to be looking back and saying, I wonder what they did in Mardi Gras. They might as well go ahead, those cups that they put out every year with the dates, they just need to go ahead and remove 2021 off of that cup. If I get one of them cups off the float next year, it's got 2021. I want my face. I'm gonna scratch it out with a marker with the cup good for Kool-Aid at night. So, but as an organization, again, like Jason said, going to a venue and you know that this venue normally holds 3,500 people, they tell you can't do half that. It's really that feeling of, I don't even want to do it because that 3,500 people hit different. Last year was my first ball I ever went to. And I was literally walking around like, oh my God, this is literally what it's like, because it's difficult to plan for a ball living out of town, just like you guys like, all right, I'm gonna get dressed, I'm driving around the corner. For me, it's different. So over the years, I missed the mark, missed our tune, but I made it a point. I said, I'm going to a ball. And I had the best time of my life. So I was already ready for the next year. And then, bam, it's like, me tell you, it's not going to be it next year. Rocky, in your words, looking at the organization that you belong to, what's the feeling among the organization as a whole? Of course, you can't do an event, you can't do a parade. And I know money probably was already been set aside and put in places, and budget and phone calls. How does it, that feeling to say, you know what, we got to make this phone call to cancel this catering, we got to cancel this, we got to cancel that?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I'm a member of 3 different organizations, so it was very hard to deal with and cope with as the year progressed. However, each organization had to make tough decisions to do what was right and what was best for the community. And with that, we also have to keep our morale up, because if we don't focus on it together, then that's where, it's not going to be a Mardi Gras this year, or you're not going to be able to do anything. Well, that's not the case. Mardi Gras is still going to be Mardi Gras because that's a holiday. So it's not like you can cancel Mardi Gras. Now, we can't have the balls or the parades, but the holiday is still going to happen. And that's where you can play part in other different kinds of ways. So some of the organizations are still trying to do small things and keep that morale going. But other than that, we can't do anything big.
Absolutely. It's all about morale, because what you don't want to do is let the morale die. And this is what I wanted to do this series on. Sitting there thinking, I said, I need something new to do. I need, every once in a while, at the beginning of the year, I always come out with a new series. And Rocket tagged me in a post right before the new year. He said, I can't wait to see what you're going to do next year. And I was like, what am I going to do next year? And then I just thought about it. I thought about it. And I finally said, you know what? This is what we need to do, because we need to keep the mindset alive. We need to keep the mindset of Mardi Gras alive. Jerome, in your words, because you look like the party man, Jerome. I'm just go ahead and say it now. You look like you be on the floor party. The aspect of not having a ball, because preparing for a ball, it's a fun experience. I went to go I hadn't been fitted. I can tell you the last time I've been fitted for some clothes. I was getting fitted, got pins all on me everywhere. Lady said, where you going? Oh man, I'm going to the ball. I just want to let you know right now, that's what I'm about to do. That's what this whole outfit was for, if you didn't know. So the aspect of, not being able to do the ball, of course, like Jason mentioned, not having those people. because the ball is that focal point. Sometimes the ball is even more focal point than the parade itself. So missing that pageantry and that momentum, how does that feel or stack up to you?
It's gonna hurt this year. I mean, when we get ready for the ball, I mean, leading up to it, it's like, man, is it ever gonna get here? And then it's something we look forward to maybe 6 months before it even gets here. And for it not to happen this year, it's difficult. But for me, the ball is just more than us dancing, drinking, partying all night.
Right.
It's just coming together with my brothers, my friends, my family, and just having a good time, creating memories, something we can live on to. I think that's what's going to hurt the most is we're not going to be able to have those memories that we would create at Mardi Gras balls. That won't happen for us this year.
Absolutely. Jason, what's some other thoughts you have about this season?
I just hope that a lot of the organizations try their best, like Rocky mentioned earlier, to try and do something on a smaller scale. Just even if it's just amongst their membership and things like that. Mardi Gras is a holiday, and you can't really take away the holiday aspect of it. You can do what you can on a smaller scale to make certain that at least, if nobody else, your membership still has the opportunity to still enjoy the holiday. So if I could add anything to it, that's one thing that I actually hope that a lot of the organizations will continue to do.
Absolutely, because the fellowship always has to be there.
Yes.
Now, the parade aspect of it all. I know y'all always are on the floats. I've been hit by y'all before. On the floats. GT, you sound like the float man of the group, man. How does that add up for you, knowing like, man, we not gonna get on that float this year?
It hit hard. It definitely hit hard. Cause it's nothing like being on that float and you seeing everybody in the crowd and everybody waiting on you to throw a box. So that feeling, it really hits hard.
Absolutely. I'll never forget my first few years of riding the float. Dr. Yvonne Kennedy, Lord rest her soul. Stewart Memorial always had a float. And when you're younger, you got to ride on the left side or the right side. And then you're like, I don't even want to ride up here. But like, you 6, 7, and 8 years old, you got to ride down here. When you hit that age of 12, 13, and you the oldest person on the youth float, and they're like, you can go to the top this year. Do tell, please tell me. I can go back. You can go to the top. Having that 360 view of being on the float is like no other, because now you're not just subjugated to these folks on this side right here. You have literally the bird's eye. So now you slanging this way, you slanging that way, you slanging in front of you, slanging behind you. 5 blocks down the street, you're trying to throw a box 5 blocks down the street. It's just a feeling like no other. As an organization, I think you guys did a very good job of letting the masses know, like, hey, you guys' concern, your health concerns are our concerns. Because there are people that are still out there sitting at their house like, I'm just waiting on the first person to say they're still gonna do something, I'm going. But the fact that I saw, as soon as it really started to hit the fan and get serious, I think Mamga was some of the first posts I saw saying, hey, this is what we're doing, we're waiting and we're watching. We're gonna keep you updated. And the updates continue to come to at least put the people's minds at ease, because that's what we need during this time right now, is keeping folks' minds at ease. And you got some people that are really, really in bad shape right now because they look forward to it. They look forward to this time of year. They look forward to being able to celebrate. But I definitely commend you guys as an organization making that decision to say, hey, for you guys' safety, for our safety, for our families and everybody that's connected, this is what we're going to do. And I think that was very commendable. And I know Rocky said it was a hard decision to make. And I know as an organization, it's a hard decision to make, because your first mindset is, I let the people down. Really, in actuality, you didn't let the people down. You kept the people alive. And I think that's more important than anything, because you want people to come back next year for Mardi Gras. One last question I want to ask you guys, and this goes to each of you. Why is Mardi Gras important to you? I'm gonna start with Jerome.
Man, it's just It's that time of year where people you don't see during Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's, they come home from Mardi Gras. No matter where they are in the States or just out of the country, they come home from Mardi Gras. And I think it's just a great time for everyone, and not only in the city, but man, just everybody just wants to be involved with it, to come together as one, to have a good time. And I mean, once we get around up by the frat house and hit Government Street, man, it's our time to shine when we get around now.
Absolutely.
And not to have that moment this year is going to be tough, but I mean, hopefully that everybody will do their part in keeping us safe and fighting this pandemic. Because we want to come back 2022 and get it to you.
Absolutely.
And that's it for me.
Absolutely. You know, being at the frat house is an experience in itself. I grew up with my mom would used to force us to stand in front of Fort Conner. The reason we stood in front of Fort Conner, we lived on DIP. We used to park right there by the interstate. The parade came around first. As soon as the parade over, you better bring your ass on, you're gonna get left. And she would literally park on the side curb where they would allow cars to park. And we would be back home by 7:30. You could count it. All we had to do was hop in the car, hop off the curve, and we were right there on the exit ramp because, of course, all the traffic is coming in downtown. And then they say leaving out. Jason, what about you? Why is Mardi Gras important to you?
Mardi Gras is important because it's a laid-back holiday. Many of the other holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know, like you're struggling to prepare a meal. You know, Christmas, you're struggling to get gifts, and not necessarily struggling, but you're on a scramble to try and do whatever pertains to that particular holiday. At Mardi Gras, we just let our hair down, we go with the flow. And so I just think that aspect of it, the people coming together and just everybody just wants to have a good time, is why it's really important to me. It's just a laid back holiday.
Absolutely. And Jerome said something, you know, those people you don't see for Christmas and people you don't see for Thanksgiving and all those holidays that come before Mardi Gras, there are people that you literally live in the same city with that you don't see. And Mardi Gras, and you can guarantee you're going to run into them. GT, same question. Why is Mardi Gras important to you?
It's almost like a way of life. You being in Mobile is something that is taught. You see it early. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and she did the Moon Pie Parade already. So it's like something that you grow up seeing. Is almost like a family reunion for the city. Because it brings, like they say, it brings everybody together. But one thing I do want to say, like, I commend the city for, even though it's not no Mardi Gras this year, a lot of people are doing the house decorations or different floats, themes for Mardi Gras, and keeping the Mardi Gras aspect alive with it being Corona out there this year. So that's pretty much.
Absolutely. Rocky, why is Mardi Gras important to you?
Mardi Gras to me is important because if you think I love Mardi Gras, my love for Mardi Gras comes from my mom. And so I lost my mom at an early age. And to me, it's like a still hold and to, you know, still being bonded with my mom. Everything I knew about Mardi Gras, I learned from her, like how to bundle up for when it's cold and how to get ready to moved from this location to the next location to see the parade twice. So that's still like a bond that I have with my mom. And so it's almost like that connection still is there. So it's family, of course, but it's still always that bond too.
Absolutely. I'll never forget, I brought a homeboy of mine who lives in Montgomery, but he's from upstate New York. And I brought him home, I think 2019. I said, man, we're gonna go down here with the Monday. We're gonna hit the Monday parade up. And on the way down there, he said, man, what we gonna eat? I said, one does not ask about food on Monday. One just goes and food will come. So we park at my dad's house in the bottom. I said, all right, we're gonna have to walk. Wear your shoes. Park at the bottom, all the way down by Yvonne Kennedy Auditorium. Walked all the way down the Broad, walked all the way down to the frat house. And on the way, I called with my mama friend and said, hey, Miles, how you doing? You here? I cook. I say, One does not ask, what are we going to do? It will find you. It will find you. But last thing is, what can we expect for next year? Because I know the wheels are already turning. Like, look, next year it's got to go down.
It is. Yeah.
It is. It's
Oh,
like they're gonna keep it on the
it's just gonna be brewing the entire time, and we just gonna we just ready. We're ready to place that debit cake order right now.
Right. Absolutely.
Keep your head on the swivel, because them boxes will be flying.
Yes.
Jason probably looking for a 6,000 person building right now. We got to But definitely, I want to thank you guys for coming and joining me today on this new episode of the Year Without Mardi Gras. We definitely want to get this out there, get the people out there, get their mindset, and their spirits up. We had a great conversation, and we'll see you guys in another episode.